Hi everyone. This is a tutorial on how to do jar covers where you can put candles into them and they look really cool when they're lit up. So I just have here a few different sizes, all the same pattern but a few different sizes. So depending on the jar that you're going to use, you use a bigger hook for the bigger jars, smaller hook for the smaller jars, and a different amount of rows for depending on the height of the jar. So I just have a small jam jar. I'm going to use a 3.5mm hook and some red yarn. And so let's get started. Start off by making a slip knot like this. Chaining 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And slip stitch to the first chain and pull your wool through to make a ring. And into that ring you're going to do 20 double crochets. So start off every row with one stitch, chain 1, and into the ring do 20 double crochets. 1, 2, 19 and 20. And slip stitch to the first double crochet in that round. It'll look like that. Now for the next round, chain 1, and you're going to double the amount of stitches that you have. So you're going to do 2 double crochets in each stitch. So by the end of this round you should have 40 stitches in the round. So 2 into the first stitch, 2 into the second stitch. So I'm just at the last stitch where I do 2 double crochets into the same stitch, and you will have 40 stitches now at this stage. So what you need to do now is just slip stitch to the top of the first stitch in the round. Now I'm just cutting that thread off. So now what you're going to be doing is you're going to be starting this pattern going up the side of the jar. So how you do that is you're going to chain 3, and that counts as your first double. And then you are going to skip 3 chains, and into the 4th chain you're going to do 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles all into the same stitch. 1 and 2, all into the same stitch. You are then going to skip 3 chains and do a double into the 4th chain along. You're going to skip 3 chains again, 1, 2 and 3, and into the 4th one you're going to do 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 double crochet into the same stitch. Skip 3 and into the 4th one do a double crochet, skip 3, 1, 2, 3 and into the 4th one do 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet all into the same stitch. Skip 3 and do 1 double crochet into the next stitch, skip 3 and do 2 double, chain 2 and 2 double all into the same stitch. And you are going to repeat that pattern right around until you come back to the beginning of the round. Now I've come to the last 3 stitches. So the first chain 3 counts as the double crochet. So you skip the 3 stitches and you're going to slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. And this is how your jar cover will start to look. So you can see if I put the jar in now, I know that's up, it'll start to take shape already. Okay, now for the next row, you're going to repeat that pattern. So chain 3, which counts as your first double crochet, and into the chain 2 space between these two lots of double crochet, do 2 double crochet, chain 2, just grab some more wool there, and 2 double crochet all into the same chain 2 space. And then you're going to go into the top of the next double crochet in the previous round and do a double crochet. And you're going to continue this pattern around and around until you have the length of your jar. So I'll just do one more. Into the chain 2 space, I'm going to do 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. And into the top of the next double crochet on its own, I'm going to do a double crochet. And just continue on. I have now crocheted the length to bring this right up to the neck of the jar. And in this case, I've actually done 7 rows, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 7 rows. And again, depending on the height of your jar, you just keep continuing until you're right at the neck. Now, for the neck of the jar, you want to go in a little bit, but not too much, because if you go in too much, you won't be able to get it on the jar. So what I do is I chain 1, and I'm just going to do a single crochet right the way around. So I'm going to do a single crochet in the top of the first stitch, which would be the chain 3 at the beginning of the last row. And in between the 2 double crochets, I'm going to do a single crochet. Do 1 into the chain 2 gap. And you're going to have 2 here. Skip this one and do 1 in there. You're now back to the double crochet. Put 1 single crochet in there. You're going to go into the middle of the 2 double crochets and do 1 single crochet. You're going to do 1 in the gap, in the chain 2 gap, and 1 in the middle of the 2 double crochets. And back into the top of the double crochet of the previous round. Now just continue that round. So you're basically skipping. So you're going to go in between the 2 double crochet, 1 into the chain 2 space, 1 in between the 2 double crochet, 1 into the top of the double crochet. Okay, and just continue that right round. And I'm going to slip stitch to the first single crochet in that round. Now that will bring it in a little bit, and I'm going to repeat that. Chain 1 and just do 1 single crochet in each stitch. 3 more rows should do it. Again, depending on the height of the rim of the jar. But I think 3 rows should fit this one perfectly. So just do 1 single crochet in each stitch 3 more times. And if anybody would like me to do another tutorial with a different pattern to go around the jar, just write in the comment box and I can do that. These are really nice when there's candles in them. So I've now completed those rounds, and I have slip stitched to the top of the first single crochet of the last round. I'm going to cut the wool like this. I'm going to chain 1 and pull that through, and then just weave your wool in and out until you're satisfied that your project won't come apart. So okay, once this is on the jar, it's not coming off. So it can be quite difficult to get it on the jar because literally your bottleneck is very tight. So what you have to do is stretch it. So luckily enough, wool being stretchy, you just have to pull that down over there and center your circle. That is your crochet jar cover. And all that's left to do now is pop a candle into it and it will look fabulous.